Out there, in the real world, your research matters. It matters to real people facing real situations and real problems. Incredibly complex problems, both big and endearingly small, old and radically new, near and excruciatingly far, far away. You might not feel it when your head's down in a quiet library surrounded by ancient texts, or when huddled together in a busy lab surrounded by state-of-the-art equipment. But research is how you reach out and touch communities, large and small, far and wide, close to home and to your heart, and across the globe. You might not know it in those moments, but your research is how you rewrite history and re-envision a future, impacting people you have never met and people you may never meet. And that's okay. It's how you make your voice heard and your impact felt today and for all the tomorrows to come. It's how you change the world in ways unimaginable to your mentors and maybe even yourself. You have the power when you combine real passion with true purpose, and when your field of study becomes your field of expertise. It's work, hard work, and then even harder work. But it is within you. All of this power to do good out there. The graduate school will nurture it, inspire you to bring it out, and empower you to make it real. Because out there, in the real world, your research matters. It matters too, right here, in our corner of it. We'll show you just how much. The Graduate School at the University of Notre Dame. Your research matters.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the degree candidates and faculty of the University of Notre Dame. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our honorees, the deans, and other distinguished members of the Commencement Platform Party.
Good morning. Dear graduates, family members, and friends, on behalf of the President, Provost, Vice Presidents, Deans, and the faculty of the University of Notre Dame, I welcome you to this joyous celebration. Today we will confer degrees upon students whom we honor for lives of scholarship and research, and we will charge them to place their learning in the service of humanity. Please be seated. My name is Laura Carlson, and I serve as Vice President, Associate Provost, Dean of the Graduate School, and Professor of Psychology. It is my honor to introduce members of the platform party, and I ask that they may please stand as I call their names. Father John Jenkins, President of the University. Professor Tom Burris, Charles and Jill Fisher, Provost of the University. Professor Chris Mazur, Vice President and Senior Associate Provost. Professor Maura Ryan, Vice President and Associate Provost for Faculty Affairs. Dr. Michael Pippinger, Vice President and Associate Provost for Internationalization. Professor Bob Bernhard, Vice President for Research. Dr. Brian Ritchie, Vice President and Associate Provost for Innovation. Professor Sarah Mastillo, the I.A. O'Shaughnessy Dean of the College of Arts and Letters. Professor Thomas Fuja, Interim Dean of the College of Engineering. Professor Mary Galvin, the William K. Warren Foundation Dean of the College of Science. Professor Scott Appleby, the Marilyn Keough Dean of the Keough School of Global Affairs. Please welcome them. I now ask this year's winner of the Reverend James A. Burns CSC Award, Professor Peter Wallenstein, to come forward to deliver the invocation. Please rise.
Let us bow our heads. We gather today to honor efforts over many years, which now have come to fruition. We, professors and mentors, seek to represent fairly and well those who entrusted us with this important task. May our efforts as teachers and students, family, friends, and most of all today, graduates, be blessed with insight and guided by understanding and common sense. Dag Hammarskjöld, the former Secretary General of the United Nations, stands as an inspiration for us here at Notre Dame, as one who gave his life in service to humankind. We are on dangerous ground, he once said, if we believe that any individual, any nation, or any faith has a monopoly on rightness, liberty, and human dignity. All of us can contribute to the breakdown of walls of distrust if we are faithful to the freedom of the spirit and to the right to think and express our thoughts freely. May these words guide us when we now celebrate the achievements of our students, our faculty, and our University of Notre Dame. Amen.
Please be seated. It is my honor to introduce the Graduate School's 2019 Commencement Speaker, Dr. Esther Takeuchi, Distinguished Professor of Chemistry and Materials Science and Engineering at Stony Brook University and the Chief Scientist at Brookhaven National Laboratory. In 2009, when presenting Dr. Takeuchi with the National Medal of Technology and Innovation, the nation's highest award for technical achievement, President Obama said quietly to her, out of reach of microphones, "So, you're the person responsible for saving millions of lives through your scientific work." In her characteristically understated manner, Dr. Takeuchi simply smiled and nodded. To understand and appreciate how such an accomplished investigator got her start, one need only look at the lessons passed on by her parents. They were survivors of World War II who immigrated to the United States from Latvia with 2 suitcases and 2 young children. They gave their children many things, but perhaps 2 in particular stood out for our speaker. The first was a love of learning and thirst for education. They taught our speaker that one thing that cannot be taken away from a person, no matter what, is education. The second was that as newcomers to this country, without political connections or economic advantages, they should expect that all they would get would be based on merit, and each was responsible for finding opportunities and then working hard to take advantage of them. Dr. Takeuchi took her parents' advice. After earning a bachelor's degree with a double major in chemistry and history from the University of Pennsylvania, she went on to earn a doctorate in organic chemistry from the Ohio State University. Following postdoctoral training in electrochemistry, she made a decision that in retrospect was transformative for her career and for her life. In 1984, Dr. Takeuchi joined the company Wilson Great Batch Limited and served as the key scientific contributor to the lithium SVO battery system that is used to this day to power the majority of life-saving cardiac defibrillators. With 300,000 of these devices implanted in patients every year, I leave it to the mathematicians in the audience to calculate how many millions of lives President Obama was referring to in 2009 and how many more millions have been saved in the intervening decade. In her 22 years at Great Batch and in her subsequent career as a faculty member and policy advisor, Dr. Takeuchi has been involved in many more important discoveries and developments. It would take hours to describe them. These accomplishments alone would be enough for us to invite her to be your commencement speaker today. But there are 3 additional reasons that convinced us that she would be an ideal person to hold this position. First and importantly, especially in today's world, Dr. Takeuchi represents the great promise of basic or fundamental research and scholarship. While not targeted at a particular use initially, it can have an enormous impact at some point later on, as her career demonstrates. The second reason is because she represents so well an essential characteristic of a scholar, a researcher, an inventor, a tirelessly curious and persistent determination. As she once noted, the cardiac defibrillator battery, quote, was invented once, but reinvented 100 times, close quote. Scholarship and discovery that matter are not easy. They require determination and persistence, no matter how bright or well-trained one is. Finally, Dr. Takeuchi is a brilliant example of the type of person we hope each of you will become. A person of vision, compassion, selflessness, and generosity, who devotes her professional life to working with others to make the world a better place. That is why we invited Dr. Takeuchi to address you. That is why we were so grateful when she accepted our invitation. And that is why it is a privilege for me to invite to the podium the 2019 commencement speaker for the graduate school, Dr. Esther Takeuchi.
Good morning, everyone. I am so delighted to be here to share this remarkable occasion with you. What a special time. In particular, I'm very humbled also that I will receive an honorary degree from Notre Dame tomorrow, and I particularly want to thank the president of Notre Dame, Father Jenkins, and whoever contributed to my selection. I can affirm that I'm going to commit myself to make sure that I continue to deserve this recognition, this honor. And I want to say that it's great to share this honor with the newest alumni who are sitting in front of me today, so congratulations. Isaac Newton is perhaps regarded as the most influential scientist that ever lived. And interestingly, he said he could not have done what he did without having those who went before him. So my goal today in my presentation is to provide a foundation for all of you. I know all of you have the potential to do great work and accomplish great things. So I want to share some of my thoughts to send you on your way. When my career started, it started in very much the same way that your career will, with a solid graduate education in the field that you selected. Honestly, I had little idea what my future would hold for me, but believed that life would present me with opportunities, and as long as I worked hard and had a positive attitude, I would move forward. My first job, immediately after graduation with a PhD, was with a large chemical company, which fit because I was an organic chemist. But after a year, I had an opportunity, and remember that word, opportunity, is going to keep showing up as I talk, to conduct postdoctoral research in a very well-regarded, one of the major electrochemistry research groups in the United States. I thought at that time that learning more about a field a little bit different from mine could really broaden my background and be quite interesting. That led to a second opportunity in electrochemistry, which I also pursued. Because of my knowledge in organic chemistry and electrochemistry, I was recruited, which at that time was a small family-owned business, founded by Mr. Wilson Greatbatch. Mr. Greatbatch invented the circuitry for the pacemaker, and he licensed that to a major manufacturing company. The company he started was to make batteries, because he recognized that if devices are going to be placed inside people, they need very special batteries. So the company manufactured implantable batteries for pacemakers. And I was one of the earlier PhD employees that joined the company. I had no previous experience in the science of batteries specifically, but I was thrilled to be part of a company that was dedicated to such an important enterprise and have the opportunity to contribute to the quality of life and extending life of people. When I first started, I had no idea, again, what research would involve and how my life would unfold. And I can tell you, through my graduate training, I had not planned on pursuing research in a medical field. But here I was. I had the opportunity to make a contribution. And I would face that challenge like I faced every other one, with optimism, hard work, and determination. My first project that I was assigned was the development of the battery to power the implantable cardiac defibrillator. So you're familiar with those devices today, the external ones, the paddles you put on somebody's chest and apply a big zap, in case of a heart attack and bring the person back to life. The implantable device is really marvelous. It's permanently implanted in somebody's chest, so wherever they're going, this device is continually monitoring their heart, and if they go into a form of heart attack, it saves their life. The device had been demonstrated, and at that time, the battery lasted about 1 year. And we knew that for clinical viability, it wasn't reasonable to do surgery on patients every year. So we targeted 5 years of life with enough power to defibrillate a patient, small enough to be implantable, and do no harm to the patient. So imagine a battery only a little bit bigger than your cell phone battery that lasts 5 years and never is recharged. So that's the challenge that was facing us. At the company, at that time, the experience we had with medical batteries, like I said, was implantable pacemaker batteries. So I calculated. I said, okay, 1 therapy event for a pacemaker compared to 1 therapy event for a defibrillator. How different are they really? Well, the answer is 1,000,000 times difference in energy, 1,000,000. So it's easy to understand that the solution was not 1,000,000 pacemaker batteries, but we needed a whole new type of battery. And that's what we did. We set off to pursue the project to deliver a battery with an unheard of amount of energy for an implantable device that could do this safely, reliably, do no harm to the patient, and last 5 years. I can tell you that there are events perhaps that have already happened in your life, but certainly will in the future, that have such an impact on you that it's almost like having a picture in your mind that you can recall instantaneously. I still remember standing in the laboratory at my company. I was wearing a blue lab coat, gloves, lab glasses, and the word came through of the first human implant of the battery that we had made. And I recognized at that moment that, wow, this is real. This is really happening. This is no longer a lab experiment. This is going to impact people. The first implant was in Australia. On to the next challenge. We needed to develop a battery that could be approved by the FDA, allow implants in the United States. So we pursued that, moved forward, faced each challenge, addressed it as best as we could, and kept going. The battery enabled the widespread use of defibrillators. Without the battery, I think it would have only been used in very limited circumstances. The device is so successful and so effective that clinical trials were halted because the NIH could not justify denying the device to a patient who could benefit from it. And now, more than 20 years later, I'm happy to report that that battery that we developed is still being used. It dominates the market and continues to save lives. So in 2004, I was inducted into the National Academy of Engineering for taking the fundamental chemistry that we developed, turning it into a practical product, and allowing a company to turn from a privately owned business to a company traded on the New York Stock Exchange. And as you heard earlier, in 2009, I was invited to the White House and honored by President Barack Obama with the National Medal of Technology and Innovation. Candidly, I never envisioned that this would happen. I knew that what we were doing was important, but I could tell you I was not pursuing our goals to glorify myself. I was doing it because I was passionate about it and I felt it was important. On a bit of a personal note, I think that there are still very few women who have been recognized in STEM fields with the level of recognition that I've benefited from. So I'm honored if I can serve as a role model and inspiration to other women who want to pursue invention. So after a wonderful career in industry, I was invited to join a university as a professor. And I made the decision to take on that new challenge because as exciting and great as my career in industry was, I was also a little bit limited scientifically because there are a lot of forces, sales, marketing, profits, management changes, et cetera. So at a university, I can pursue fundamental questions and apply them to the fields that make sense. You know, maybe medical batteries, batteries for electric cars, you know, ultimately maybe batteries that match up with solar cells. And even more importantly, while the battery that we developed influenced so many people, most of those people I never got to meet. Now as a professor, I meet students directly and can help guide them and shape their education, both in fundamental science and academics, expose them to national laboratories, inform them of questions that are important to companies if that's a direction they want to go. So students can understand all of these dynamics without having to work there first. So it's been extremely rewarding. So what piece of advice do I have for all of you? My piece of advice is very important. Love what you do. I say that deliberately. Sometimes the advice that I've heard is do what you love, but that's really very different. And I think what really got me thinking about this was hearing students say sometimes, You know, I'm good at some things, but I don't really like those. The things that I like, I'm not good at. I think that if you're good at something, you should take pride in it. You should recognize that you were given an ability. It's a sign you were blessed. It's your responsibility to make maximum advantage and take maximum benefits of the abilities and the talents that you have to make the world a better place. Use your abilities to do good. That means that you will love what you do. If you only pursue what you love, you're limited by your knowledge base at the time. You can only love what you already know. But if you love what you do, you can continue to grow, evolve, adapt as your knowledge and experience grows, and continue to evolve and develop. Take pride in yourself. Respect the talents that you were given. It's your responsibility to develop them and then use them for the good of others. So that is the goal that I'd like to leave with you today. Do the best you can with the abilities that you have. Enjoy every minute of the journey. The journey is important as well. And by all means, love what you do. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Takeuchi, for sharing your remarkable journey and for the tremendous impact your work has had on so many lives, my father's included. The advice to love what you do is particularly sage and empowering, and a rubric I think we all should adopt. Thank you again. We come now to the awarding of degrees. We will first recognize our PhD recipients. A PhD is the highest earned degree the university bestows. Today's recipients join a very select group. Indeed, fewer than 1% of persons in the United States possess a PhD. Graduates, today we recognize your commitment, close study, careful reading, countless hours, and endless cups of coffee that have led you to discoveries that have pushed forward the frontiers of knowledge. I now call on Professor Sarah Mastillo, the Dean of the College of Arts and Letters, to present her candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy degree.
Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the College of Arts and Letters and their directors please come forward at the direction of the Marshal. Matthias Olanyehu, Doctor of Philosophy and Theology, hooded by Mary Catherine Hilkert. Michael William Altenberger, Theology, hooded by Cyril O'Regan. Elizabeth Ann Baker, History, hooded by Robert Sullivan. Paul Leonard Blaschko, Philosophy, hooded by Megan Sullivan. Amanda Marie Boney, English, hooded by Christopher Abram. Luis Alberto Bravo Galassi, Spanish, hooded by Maria Rosa Oliveira Williams. Catherine Marie Bricks, Spanish, hooded by Maria Rosa Oliveira Williams. Jonathan Martin Serralo, Theology, hooded by Cyril O'Regan. Stuart Douglas Clem, Theology, hooded by Jean Porter. Julie Wernick DeLavis, Sociology, hooded by Mark Behrens. Rufino Eno Dango, Theology, hooded by Gabriel Reynolds. Benjamin Chambers Dennison, Political Science, hooded by Michael Dash. Jordan Michael Dorney, Political Science, hooded by Catherine Zuckert. Mimi Elizabeth Ensley, English, hooded by Tim John. Jessica Lumsden Fisher, History, hooded by Alexander Martin. Allison Fritchett Kleiman-Haga, Theology, hooded by Tim Matavina. Margaret Ann Bloom Fredoso, Theology, hooded by Joseph Keough. Butchered that one. Sam Arthur Glazer, Political Science, hooded by Christina Wilbrecht. Erin Elizabeth Hillard, Psychology, hooded by Dawn Gondoli. Stephanie Elizabeth Israel D'Souza, Sociology, hooded by Ann Mischie. Stephanie Ann LaRue, Psychology, hooded by David Watson. Elizabeth Grace Jackson, Philosophy, hooded by Daniel Nolan and Sarah Bernstein. Ga Jiang, Psychology, hooded by Keough Yan. Xiaojin Jin, History and Philosophy of Science, hooded by Thomas Stapleford. Richard Francis Klee, III, Theology, hooded by Maxwell E. Johnson. Angela Marie Kurth, Psychology, hooded by Darsha Narvis. Qianyue Liu, Economics, hooded by Eric Sims. Ingrid Eliana Luna Lopez, Spanish, hooded by Carlos Corregui. Trongdong Ming Li, Economics, hooded by Eric Sims. Leanne Alexandra McDonald, English, hooded by Christopher Abram. Lucia Manzi, Political Science, hooded by Andrew Gold. Robert Edward McFadden, Literature, hooded by Reverend Brian Daly and Hildegund Mueller. Margaret Adele McMillan, English, hooded by Laura Walls. Samuel Foster Murray, Philosophy, hooded by Ted A. Warfield. Andrew Joseph O'Connor, Theology, hooded by Gabriel Reynolds. Joseph Robert Pausick, Psychology, hooded by Bradley S. Gibson. Nicole Ann Perez, Sociology, hooded by William Carbonaro. Jeffrey Peterson, Anthropology, hooded by Susan Bloom and Jim McKenna. Kalantha K. Phillips, Philosophy, hooded by Michael Ray. Catherine Jennifer Ralph, Psychology, hooded by Bradley S. Gibson. Jonathan Daniel Riddle, History, hooded by Thomas Tweed. Carlos Yesid Rondon Moreno, Economics, hooded by Eric Sims. Mark Ryan Rusin, Theology, hooded by Blake Layeri and Maxwell E. Johnson. Hector Alfonso Melo Ruiz, Spanish, hooded by Carlos Jorregui. Michael Gordon Rubelke, Theology, hooded by Cyril O'Regan. Reyes Ruiz Gonzalez, Economics, hooded by Daniel Hungerman. Rafael Mary Thomas Salzio, Philosophy, hooded by Christopher Shields. Amber Shoab, Psychology, hooded by Jiang Johnny Zhang. John Christopher Sikorsky, Theology, hooded by Jean Porter. Megan Kamiko Simpson, English, hooded by Christopher Abram. Teresa Michelle Smart, Political Science, hooded by Mary Keyes. Jillian Marie Snyder, English, hooded by Jesse M. Lander. Cesar Leon Soto, English, hooded by Greg Kusich. Heather Lynn Stanfield, History, hooded by Joseph Stanfield. Kate Stevenson, Medieval Studies, hooded by Daniel Hobbins. Gilbert Charles Stockton III, Theology, hooded by Joseph Barkow. Chantel Syfox, Theology, hooded by James Vanderkam. Abby Jean Thompson, Psychology, hooded by Kathleen Eberhard. Marshall Allen Taylor, Sociology, hooded by Omar Lizardo and Ann Mischie. Lucia Tiscornia, Political Science, hooded by Patrick Reagan. Maria Cecilia Ulrichsen, History, hooded by Karen Grobart. Kelsey Lene Versell, Sociology, hooded by Terrence McDonnell. Catherine Rose Sawyer Vadrine, History, hooded by Brad S. Gregory. Justin Van Ness, Sociology, hooded by Omar Lizardo. Nicole Windsor, English, hooded by Susan Cannon Harris. Miao Yang, Psychology, hooded by Keough. Michael Lee Wood, Sociology, hooded by Omar Lizardo. Reverend Father President, I am pleased to present to you the candidates who have completed the requirements for a doctoral degree from the College of Arts and Letters.
I now call on Professor Thomas Fuja, the Interim Dean of the College of Engineering, to present his candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy degree.
Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the College of Engineering and their directors please come forward at the direction of the marshals? Etika Agarwal, Electrical Engineering, hooded by Panos Ansaklis. Ryan Anders Alberti, Civil and Environmental Engineering and Earth Science, hooded by Ioannis Westerink. Cristobal Alessandri, Electrical Engineering, hooded by Alan Seabaugh. Adonios Anastasopoulos, Computer Science and Engineering, hooded by David Chang. Teresa Claire Aragon, Civil and Environmental Engineering and Earth Science, hooded by Yaya Kurama. Arturo Argueta, Computer Science and Engineering, hooded by David Chiang. Andrew Charles Bartolini, Civil and Environmental Engineering and Earth Science, hooded by Tracy Kajewski Korea. Nathaniel Blanchard, Computer Science and Engineering, hooded by Walter Shearer. Nathaniel Robert Bristow, Aerospace and Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Kenneth Christensen. Garrison Moller Crouch, Chemical Engineering, hooded by Paul Bone. Corinne Marie Greton Doré, Civil and Environmental Engineering and Earth Science, hooded by Antonio Simonetti. Keith Joseph Feldman, Computer Science and Engineering, hooded by Nitesh Chawla. Kai Chun Feng, Electrical Engineering, hooded by Subhash Shinde. Donya Gavidel Dobakarshari, Electrical Engineering, hooded by Greg Snyder. Maria Frances Glensky, Computer Science and Engineering, hooded by Tim Wenninger. Jason Michael Grant, Computer Science and Engineering, hooded by Patrick Flynn. Francisco Andre Herrera Gallegos, Aerospace and Mechanical Engineering, hooded by David Go. Jeremy Lee Hirschberger, Electrical Engineering, hooded by Thomas Pratt. Chao Huang, Computer Science and Engineering, hooded by Nitesh Chawla. Joseph Hassan Oboki, Chemical Engineering, hooded by Rulan Guo. Michael Timothy Humbert, Chemical Engineering, hooded by Edward McGinn. Ryan Robert Joyce, Civil and Environmental Engineering and Earth Science, hooded by Johannes Westering. Matthew Robert Kelly, Aerospace and Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Steve Schmidt. Kirsten Marie Kozlowski, Aerospace and Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Stephen Schmidt. Andre Koolkamp, Computer Science and Engineering, hooded by Adam Chachka. Dia Lee, Chemical Engineering, hooded by Chia Chang. Hui Lee, Chemical Engineering, hooded by Edward McGinn. Kang Lee, Computer Science and Engineering, hooded by Yarek Dabrisky. Shiru Luo, Aerospace and Mechanical Engineering, hooded by David Go. Yu Ma, Computer Science and Engineering, hooded by Patrick Flynn. Anne Elizabeth Mattingly, Civil and Environmental Engineering and Earth Science, hooded by Joshua Shrout. Tracy Lynn McGinnity, Bioengineering, hooded by Ryan Roeder. Pratik Mehta, Chemical Engineering, hooded by Edward McGinn. Arman Merhashemi, Aerospace and Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Scott Morris. Jorge Oswaldo Morales Ferrero, Aerospace and Mechanical Engineering, hooded by James Schmiedler. Asta Nigam, Computer Science and Engineering, hooded by Nitesh Chawla. Frederick Chukwuka Waganga, Computer Science and Engineering, hooded by Nitesh Chawla. Kenneth C. Newcomb, Chemical Engineering, hooded by Edward McGinn. Kevin James O'Brien, Aerospace and Mechanical Engineering, hooded by James Schmiedler. Andrew Paul O'Donnell, Civil and Environmental Engineering and Earth Science, hooded by Yaya Kurama. Zihao Pan, Bioengineering, hooded by Chia Chang. Hamed Pazeshki, Electrical Engineering, hooded by J. Nicholas Laneman. Rachel Ann Perta, Computer Science and Engineering, hooded by Aaron Striegel. Thomas Carl Samper, Aerospace and Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Thomas Cork. Ali Shabazi, Computer Science and Engineering, hooded by Walter Shearer. Tang Q Mei Song, Chemical Engineering, hooded by Edward McGinn. Joshua Sudlick, Aerospace and Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Scott Morris. Yuan Chan, Electrical Engineering, hooded by Douglas Hall. Jingshan Wang, Electrical Engineering, hooded by Patrick Fay. Jingfei Wei, Aerospace and Mechanical Engineering, hooded by David Go. Elise Estelle Wright, Civil and Environmental Engineering and Earth Science, hooded by David Richter. Chinfeng Wu, Chemical Engineering, hooded by Jeremiah Zartman. Bo Wu, Electrical Engineering, hooded by Hai Lin. Yang Yan, Electrical Engineering, hooded by Panos Ansaklis. Lin Yang, Computer Science and Engineering, hooded by Patrick Flynn. Yushan Zhong, Chemical Engineering, hooded by Edward McGinn and Mark McCready. Yizhu Zhang, Chemical Engineering, hooded by William Phillip. Reverend Father President, I am pleased to present to you the candidates who have completed the requirements for a doctoral degree from the College of Engineering.
I now call on Professor Mary Galvin, the Dean of the College of Science, to present her candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy degree.
Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the College of Science and their directors please come forward at the direction of the marshals? Ikraj Adhikari. Physics, hooded by Sylvia Pasinska. Martin Barron, Applied and Computational Math and Statistics, hooded by Jun Lee. Erin Suzanne Bela, Mathematics, hooded by Juan Migliaro. Bethany Blakely, Biological Sciences, hooded by Jason McLaughlin. Rusha Chatterjee, Chemistry, hooded by Masuro Kuno. Chen Dai, Biochemistry, hooded by Laurie Littlepage. Gina Renee Davidson, Biological Sciences, hooded by Rebecca Winger. Martha Marie D., Biological Sciences, hooded by Jennifer Tank. Tufan Devkota, Chemistry, hooded by Brandon Ashfeld. David Allen Dick, Integrated Biomedical Sciences, hooded by Sharia Mobasheri. Bridget Elizabeth Drummond, Biological Sciences, hooded by Rebecca Winger. Christopher Epps, Applied and Computational Math and Statistics, hooded by Robert Rosenbaum. Caitlin Elizabeth Eckert, Chemistry, hooded by Brandon Ashfeld. Francisca Raphael Fields, Biological Sciences, hooded by Sean Lee. Catherine Mary Flanley, Integrated Biomedical Sciences, hooded by Marianne McDowell. Mark Evan Fraser, Integrated Biomedical Sciences, hooded by Malcolm Fraser, his father. Kai-Yu Fu, Chemistry, hooded by Paul Bone. Allison Corey, Reinsfeld Hall, Physics, hooded by Mike Hildreth. Matthew Robert Hall, Physics, hooded by Daniel Berdayan. Mark Andrew Hawk, Biological Sciences, hooded by Zachary Schaefer. Tia Sherelle Jarvis, Chemistry, hooded by Bradley Smith. Shireen Jamin, Biological Sciences, hooded by Chrislyn D'Souza Shari. James Martin Kelly, Physics, hooded by Maxime Broder. Ju Young Kim, Chemistry, hooded by Paul Bone. Whitney Irene List, Mathematics, hooded by Claudia Polini. Weijing Liu, Chemistry, hooded by Merlin Burning. Elizabeth Rose Loudon, Physics, hooded by Martin Elskison. Jessica K. Lukowski, Chemistry, hooded by Brandon Ashfeld. Bradley Michael Monrovic, Chemistry, hooded by Christian Melander. Amanda Nicole Mara, Biological Sciences, hooded by Rebecca Winger. Elvin Emmanuel Morales Perez, Biological Sciences, hooded by Rebecca Winger. Suzanne Marie Neidhart, Chemistry, hooded by Danielle Gazelta. An Hu Huang Nguyen, chemistry, hooded by Shari Amobasheri and Meilan Chang. Tran Than Nguyen, biochemistry, hooded by Meilan Chang and Shari Amobasheri. Ningjia Ni, biological sciences, hooded by Siwan Zhang. James Dizzen Quigley, mathematics, hooded by Mark Behrens. Anne Marie Rejo, biological sciences, hooded by Jason McLaughlin. Anthony Raymond Rosales, chemistry, hooded by Olaf Wüst and Paul Hellquist. Heath Aaron Rose, biochemistry, hooded by Jeffrey Peng. Benjamin Michael Rose, physics, hooded by Peter Ganovich. Nishant Sasankan, physics, hooded by Grant Matthews. Monica Marie Schraw, biochemistry, hooded by Holly Goodson. Nishant Kumar Singh, biochemistry, hooded by Brian Baker. Enrique Sperry, chemistry, hooded by Meilan Chang and Shari Amobasheri. Cheyenne Cassie Tate, biological sciences, hooded by Jeffrey Feather. Adrian Valverde, physics, hooded by Maxime Broder. Ian Michael Walsh, biochemistry, hooded by Patricia Clark. Eric Neil Vavrchak, mathematics, hooded by Andre Forza.
That's a hat. Awesome.
Rachel Mary Wiltshire, biological sciences, hooded by Michael Fender. Meiling Zhang, biochemistry, hooded by Jeffrey Peng. Yet Zhang, biological sciences, hooded by Chrislyn D'Souza Shori. Can Lu Zhou, mathematics, hooded by Claudia Paulini. Reverend Father President, I am pleased to present to you the candidates who have completed the requirements for a doctoral degree from the College of Science.
I now call on Professor Scott Appleby, the Dean of the Keough School of Global Affairs, to present his candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy degree.
Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the Keough School of Global Affairs and their directors please come forward at the direction of the marshals? Francis I. Bonenfant Yuang, Peace Studies and History. Hooded by Asher Kaufman and Rebecca McKenna. Heather Marguerite Dubois, Peace Studies and Theology, hooded by Matthew Ashley. Christopher Adam Haw, Peace Studies and Theology, hooded by Mary Catherine Helkert and Cyril O'Regan. Emily Catherine Maiden, Peace Studies and Political Science, hooded by Jamie Bleck. Dana Lynn Townsend, Peace Studies and Psychology, hooded by E. Mark Cummings. Laura Marie Weiss, Peace Studies and History, hooded by Scott Appleby. Reverend Father President, I am pleased to present to you the candidates who have completed the requirements for a doctoral degree from the Keough School of Global Affairs.
Thank you. And well, will the doctoral degree recipients please rise? I want to thank Dean Mastillo, Dean Fugia, Dean Galvin, Dean Appleby, and Dean Carlson. And now, by the authority vested in me as president of the University of Notre Dame du Lac, and in the name of the trustees of the university and its faculty, I solemnly and publicly confer on you the degree recommended by your dean. We admit you to all its rights and privileges and remind you of the responsibilities you are about to assume. May God bless you and keep you. Congratulations and best wishes.
Congratulations. Last night at the Graduate School Awards Dinner, we honored the recipients of our annual awards, bestowed on 4 of our most distinguished graduate students, on an alumna recognized for her contributions to research, teaching, and service within the Academy, and on faculty and staff who are devoted to graduate training. To learn more about their remarkable accomplishments, I direct you to the awards booklet, which provides full citations. We are privileged to have these honorees as part of our platform party. I ask that each stand as I announce their award. The Eli J. and Helen Shaheen Award recognizes the superior academic achievement of a graduating doctoral student in each of the 4 divisions of the graduate school. From the Division of Engineering, our award winner is Pratik Mehta from the Department of Chemical and Biomolecular Engineering, honored for his research on the computational design of multifunctional catalytic systems for sustainable energy applications. From the Division of the Humanities, our Shaheen winner is Luis Alberto Bravo Galassi from the Department of Romance Languages and Literatures, honored for his close examination of the Uruguayan poet, artist, and activist Ibero Gutierrez. From the Division of Social Sciences, our Shaheen winner is Marshall Allen Taylor from the Department of Sociology, honored for his application of computational text analysis and social cognitive methodologies to understanding how organizations gain prominent voices and why they adopt particular grievances. From the Division of Science, our Shaheen winner is Amanda Nicole Mara from the Department of Biological Sciences, honored for her research on the regulation of developmental pathways for the coordination of organ formation during embryogenesis. The Distinguished Alumna Award is given to an individual who has received a graduate degree from the university and who has made significant and distinctive contributions to his or her field, community, or society at large. The winner is Lauren Papp, the Von Boscombe Professor in Women, Family, and Community in the School of Human Ecology at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Lauren is honored for her research on how intimate and family relationships shape a person's development across the lifespan, for her role as a leader in her field and at her institution, and her commitment to student welfare demonstrated in both teaching and service. The James A. Burns CSC Award is named for the first Notre Dame president with an advanced degree and is given to a faculty member for distinction in graduate teaching or other exemplary contributions to graduate education. The winner is Professor Peter Wallenstein, the Richard G. Starman Senior Research Professor Emeritus of Peace Studies in the Kroc Institute for International Peace Studies, honored for his defining role in a foundational doctoral seminar on international peace research, in which he has shared his perspective as a leading researcher and direct experience in peace building with each and every doctoral student trained in the program since its inception in 2008. The Director of Graduate Studies Award is given to a director of one of our graduate programs who has had a significant impact on the program he or she directs. The winner is Professor Vanya Smith-Oka, Associate Professor of Anthropology, honored for her pivotal work with the first cohorts of the new doctoral program to open pathways for careers that balance a commitment to their academic training with a commitment to their well-being. And finally, the Dick and Peggy Notebart Award is given to a faculty member or administrator who has had a significant positive impact on graduate studies. The winner is Professor Elliot Visconsi, Associate Professor of English and Associate Provost and Chief Academic Officer, Digital Officer, honored for his pioneering work in conceiving and overseeing the implementation of the online Masters of Science degree in data science, with the steadfast support and collaboration of the Department of Applied and Computational Statistics. Thank you all. Okay, we now come to recognize those students who've earned a master's degree. A master's degree is an important accomplishment achieved by less than 8% of the population of the United States. The students to whom we award degrees today have achieved a level of expertise that sets them apart personally and professionally. I now call on Professor Sarah Mastillo, the Dean of the College of Arts and Letters, to present her candidates for the master's degree.
Will the candidates for the following master's degrees in the College of Arts and Letters please come forward at the direction of the marshals? Master of Arts, Master of Divinity, Master of Fine Arts, Master of Medieval Studies, Master of Sacred Music, Master of Theological Studies. Philomena Ada, Master of Theological Studies. Kenneth O. Amati, Master of Theological Studies. Rachel Ann Kumbis Barker, Master of Theological Studies. Megan Therese Beck, Master of Divinity, Theology. Gabriella Elizabeth Berman, Master of Theological Studies. Abigail Badeau, Master of Theological Studies. Felipe Campos Rezendes, CSC, Master of Divinity, Theology. Emmanuel Bernard Kennedy, Master of Arts, Sociology. Nolan S. Carter, Master of Sacred Music. Abigail Marie Chick, Master of Arts, Psychology. Matthew Daniel Dahl, Master of Arts, Political Science. David Andrew DeGrood, Master of Arts, Romance Languages and Literature. Gabriela Maria De Palma, Master of Arts, Romance Languages and Literature. Julie Ann Earhart, Master of Arts, Theology. Richard Fahey, Master of Arts, English. Hannah Catherine Freeman, Master of Fine Arts, Art Studio. Anna Janet Gadori, Master of Divinity, Theology. Evan Dirk Gage, Master of Theological Studies. Mary Kate Glow, Master of Arts, Theology. Katerina Marie Goitz, Master of Arts, Theology. Moritz Sebastian Greyfroth, Master of Arts, Political Science. Johnny Gregory, Master of Arts, English. Andrew Stephen Gross, Master of Arts, Romance Languages and Literature. Guido Campanigri Guerra, Master of Arts, Romance Languages and Literature. Lane S. Haskell, Master of Arts, Romance Languages and Literature. Miles Thomas Hayden, Master of Sacred Music. Brian Patrick Holmes, Master of Arts, Theology. Anna Julia Kaminsky, Master of Arts, Theology. Katrina Lynn Keat, Master of Sacred Music. Anthony Allen Kaiser, Master of Arts, Theology. Kevin Andrew Coe, Master of Divinity, Theology. Zen Kuriyama, Master of Sacred Music. Stephen Ray Lemke, Master of Fine Arts, Art Studio. Christina Kathleen Leo, Master of Fine Arts, English. Samantha Veronica Lesson, Master of Arts, Theology. Matthew Thomas Leinberger, Master of Theological Studies. Sarah Maria Long, Master of Theological Studies. Megan Ann Malamud, Master of Divinity, Theology. Brandy Martinez, Master of Arts, Psychology. Jake McCabe, Master of Fine Arts, English. Mihao Puel McKinney, Master of Arts, History. Natasha Malavitz, Master of Divinity, Theology. Abigail Lynn Mills, Master of Arts, Psychology. John Joseph Mitchell, Master of Sacred Music. Charles V.H. Morse, Master of Arts, Anthropology. Melanie Auburn Mulkey, Master of Fine Arts, Art Studio. Matthew Edward Munhall, Master of Arts, English. Vincent Hien Nguyen, CSC, Master of Divinity, Theology. Konstantin Christopher Novotny, Master of Sacred Music. Timothy J. Nowak, Master of Theological Studies. Michael P. O'Neill, Master of Divinity, Theology. Ryan Peteroff, Master of Sacred Music. Christopher Prevon, Master of Arts, Theology. Anne Malin Ringwald, Master of Fine Arts, English. Andres Enrique Rodriguez Camacho, Master of Arts, Romance Languages and Literature. Michael Christopher Rossetti, Master of Divinity, Theology. Gregory D. Santa Cruz, Master of Sacred Music. Jacqueline Rose Sardina, Master of Divinity, Theology. Shrihan Shrestha, Master of Fine Arts, Design. Katie Renee Slonina, Master of Arts, Theology. David Michael Smiley, Master of Theological Studies. Jacqueline Smith, Master of Fine Arts, English. Romelia M. Solano, Master of Arts, Political Science. Gilbrian Fitzgerald Stoy, Master of Divinity, Theology. Kimberly Jean Swenson, Master of Fine Arts, English. Emily C. Swope, Master of Sacred Music. Brooke Elizabeth Tranton, Master of Theological Studies. Heather E. Tucker, Master of Fine Arts, Design. Benjamin Alexander von Bedreau, Master of Theological Studies. Juliana Catherine Vossenberg, Master of Theological Studies. Julia Anastasia Wall, Master of Theological Studies. Elena Wen, Master of Arts, Psychology. Catherine Wu, Master of Theological Studies. Shinan Su, Master of Fine Arts, English. Julaine Deanna Zank, Master of Arts, Psychology. Jennifer Dwyer, Master of Fine Arts, Ceramics. Paul Edward Stark, Jr., Master of Arts in Theology. Reverend Father President, I am pleased to present to you the candidates who have completed the requirements for a master's degree from the College of Arts and Letters.
I now call on Professor Thomas Fuja, the Interim Dean of the College of Engineering, to present his candidates for the master's degree.
Will the candidates for the following master's degrees in the College of Engineering please come forward at the direction of the marshals? Master of Science in Aerospace Engineering, Master of Science in Chemical Engineering, Master of Science in Civil Engineering, Master of Science in Computer Science and Engineering, Master of Science in Electrical Engineering, Master of Science in Environmental Engineering, Master of Science in STEAM, and Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Christopher Lloyd Bofies, Master of Science, STEAM. Kate Lee Berriant, Master of Science, STEAM. Paul Joseph Bickle, Master of Science, STEAM. Whitney Dana Bowie, Master of Science, STEAM. Joel R. Brogan, Master of Science in Computer Science and Engineering. Maggie Louise Burlingame, Master of Science, STEAM. Uryan Isaac Can, Master of Science, Mechanical Engineering. Robert Tristan Cates, Master of Science, STEAM. Sarah Bridget Ciavarella, Master of Science, STEAM. Anthony Ewan Simo, Master of Science, STEAM. Brandon Cook, Master of Science, STEAM. Ross Shannon Cook, Master of Science, STEAM. Justin Donald DeBenedetto, Master of Science, Computer Science and Engineering. Shane Joseph Early, Master of Science, Esteem. Keough Fan, Master of Science, Electrical Engineering. Dara Thomas Fogarty, Master of Science, Esteem. Minu Garg, Master of Science, Civil and Environmental Engineering and Earth Science. Jacob J. Gerace, Master of Science, Chemical Engineering. Daniel Gizachu, Master of Science, Esteem. Michaela Janelle Goodrum, Master of Science, Computer Science and Engineering. David John Gormley, Master of Science, Esteem. Seth Douglas Herndon, Master of Science in Computer Science and Engineering. Olivia Grace Houston, Master of Science, Esteem. Christopher M. Hume, Master of Science, Esteem. Joshua David Huseman, Master of Science, Computer Science and Engineering. Jonathan Colton Karch, Master of Science, Esteem. Daniel M. Kervick, Jr., Master of Science, Esteem. Mohammed Nagi Tabet Abdul Wakil Khader, Master of Science, Electrical Engineering. Courtney Lucille Cook, Master of Science, Esteem. Christina Lackamew, Master of Science, Esteem. Gray N. Laughlin, Master of Science, Chemical Engineering. Emily Elizabeth Link Carrillo, Master of Science, Esteem. Susanna Lira Gonzalez, Master of Science, Esteem. Jonathan Richard Malish, Master of Science, Esteem. Keegan Patrick McCabe, Master of Science, Esteem. Dara William Meany, Master of Science, Esteem. Marty Meeks, Master of Science, Esteem. Anthony George Molinero, Master of Science, Esteem. Carlos Jose Munoz, Master of Science, Esteem. Walter Patrick Obrakta, Master of Science, Esteem. Bemi Sola M. Akwanza, Master of Science, Esteem. Oren Raymond Reedy, Master of Science, Esteem. Jager Schultz, Master of Science, Esteem. Brian Whitefield Scott, Master of Science, Esteem. Anand Kiran Shah, Master of Science, Esteem. Paul Brendan Shanahan, Master of Science, Esteem. Connor Ray Smith, Master of Science, Esteem. Reed Hamilton Spivey, Master of Science, Esteem. Kristen Therese Stannis, Master of Science, Esteem. Potter Timmons, Master of Science, Esteem. Jose Carlos Wharton Soto, Master of Science, Esteem. Graham White, Master of Science, Esteem. Madeline Beth Weigel, Master of Science, Esteem. Carl Ivan Nicholas Weilberg, Master of Science, Esteem. Yasser Mahmoud, Master of Science, Electrical Engineering. Andrew Wood, Master of Science, Computer Science and Engineering. Joshua Devon Wright, Master of Science, Chemical Engineering. Yi Long Yang, Master of Science, Esteem. Reverend Father President, I am pleased to present to you the candidates who have completed the requirements for a master's degree from the College of Engineering.
I now call on Professor Mary Galvin, the Dean of the College of Science, to present her candidates for the master's degree.
Will the candidates for the Master Degree of Science in the College of Science please come forward at the direction of the marshals? Master of Science in Data Science, Master of Science in Interdisciplinary Mathematics, Master of Science. Dominic Angelotti, Master of Science, Applied in Computational Math and Statistics. Catherine Deneen Aislinger, Master of Science, Data Science. Matthew J. Beato, Master of Science, Data Science. Vijay Asarathi Balasubramanian, Master of Science, Data Science. Sarah G. Baylor, Master of Science, Data Science. Eric Alexander Castellanos, Master of Science, Applied in Computational Math and Statistics. Bill Wadeo, Master of Science, Data Science. Tara Ann Enright, Master of Science, Applied in Computational Math and Statistics. Samantha Joseph, Felice, Master of Science, Data Science. Anthony Raul Galvin, Master of Science, Data Science. Rosanna Gagliardi, Master of Science, Data Science. Grant Goodman, Master of Science, Mathematics. Shariva Gouda, Master of Science, Data Science. Barton Kip Hawkins, Master of Science, Data Science. Douglas Takeuch, Master of Science, Data Science. Jacob C. Hornung Betts, Master of Science, Applied in Computational Math and Statistics. Nicholas Joseph Huen, Master of Science, Applied in Computational Math and Statistics. Ashley Lynn Klesmet, Master of Science, Data Science. Joseph Edward Kostek, Master of Science, Data Science. Stephen Mark Loretti, Master of Science, Data Science. Paul Lewin, Master of Science, Data Science. Julie, Master of Science, Applied in Computational Math and Statistics. Joshua Leslie Lovejoy, Master of Science, Data Science. Marissa Ann Luck, Master of Science, Applied in Computational Math and Statistics. Daniel Maley, Master of Science, Data Science. Gerard D. Martinez, Jr., Master of Science, Data Science. Pavel Misa-Neiman, Master of Science, Data Science. Patrick Francis McCullough, Master of Science, Data Science. Kenneth Patrick Nagel, Master of Science, Data Science. Sharif Basir Najim, Master of Science, Data Science. Gina Marie O'Riordan, Master of Science, Data Science. Philip David Pickering, Master of Science, Applied and Computational Math and Statistics. Jennifer Prainer, Master of Science, Biochemistry. Michael W. Sayer, Master of Science, Data Science. Keith Andrew Shivel, Master of Science, Chemistry. Uday Shergill, Master of Science, Data Science. Michael Robert Spear, Master of Science, Data Science. Daniel Stephen Squarey, Master of Science, Applied and Computational Math and Statistics. John Russell Thomas, Master of Science, Applied and Computational Math and Statistics. Ernie Sobolnik, Master of Science, Applied and Computational Math and Statistics. Reverend Father, I am pleased to present to you the candidates who have completed the requirements for a master's degree in the College of Science.
I now call on Professor Scott Appleby, the Dean of the Keough School of Global Affairs, to present his candidates for the master's degree.
Will the candidates in the inaugural class of the Master of Global Affairs degree in the Keough School of Global Affairs please come forward at the direction of the marshals? From the United States, Jian An. From Palestine, Marcel Alam Al-Zugbi. From the United States, Caroline Andridge. From Canada, Patrick Calderon. From the United States, Sarah K. Davies-Breen. From Chile, Sofia del Valle Trivella. From Morocco, Asma El Masnoui. From Colombia, Juanita Esguerra. From Afghanistan, Malalai Habibi. From Sierra Leone, Aminata Karim. From Iran, Mojtaba Kashani. From Iran, Chista Karamati. From the United States, Kathleen Coleman. From Ukraine, Alexei Kovalenko. From Kenya, Timothy Machasio. From Pakistan, Lamia Samin Malik. From Tajikistan, Sabia Mastancheva. From the United States, Jamie McClung. From Egypt, Mohammed Omar Metwali. From Zimbabwe, Lois Marewa. From South Africa, Purusha Naidu. From Nigeria, Dorcas Omawali. From Nigeria, Indozia Onyekuro. From South Africa, Mujahid Osman. From the United States, Alyssa Paylor. From China, Xu Yanshen. Okay. I'm sorry. Lost my place. I'm sorry? I know. From Pakistan, Mihak Anjun Siddique. From the Philippines, Rhea Faye Silvosa. From Mali, Jiba Sumaro. From Vietnam, Ngoc Tang. From Uzbekistan, Ikraman Tutasunov. From Pakistan, Mian Mawaz Uddin. From the United States, Sonia Nicole Urquidi. From the United States, Stephen Raymond Wagner. From the United States, Leah Wolkowski. From China, Qing Xu. Reverend Father President, I am pleased to present to you the candidates who have completed the requirements for a master's degree from the Keough School of Global Affairs.
And now, would all master's degree recipients please rise? Thank you, Dean Mastillo, Dean Fuja, Dean Galvin, Dean Appleby, and Dean Carlson. And now, by the authority vested in me as president of the University of Notre Dame du Lac, and in the name of the trustees of the university and its faculty, I solemnly and publicly confer on you the degree recommended by your dean. We admit you to all its rights and privileges and remind you of its responsibilities, the responsibilities you are about to assume. May God bless you and keep you. Congratulations and best wishes. Dean Carlson, Provost Burish, Dr. Takeuchi, family and friends, we welcome and thank you for being here today as we celebrate the graduate school class of 2019. Graduates, you did it. But while this accomplishment is truly your own, you did not do it all on your own. You have been studying, but your families and your loved ones did the sweating and the stressing along with you. They cheered you on in your successes and cheered you up in your setbacks. They are sitting behind you today, and they have been behind you every step of the way. So to your mothers and fathers, siblings and spouses, friends and relatives, thank you and congratulations. This day belongs to you as well. Graduates, let's stand and applaud your families and loved ones who helped you to this day. This is a distinguished graduate school class boasting many accolades and accomplishments in every field. Your degrees, graduates, represent a major step forward in your own lives, but also in the life of the University of Notre Dame. For a university known primarily for undergraduate education, it is increasingly taking its place among distinguished graduate programs in the world. This growth is due not only to our distinguished faculty and academic leaders, but also to the scholarly contributions you have made and will make. We are proud to call you our graduates. In giving a final word, I probably can't do much better than repeat what Dr. Takeuchi said so well. Whatever you do, bring to it hard work, optimism, and a positive attitude. I've had the opportunity to meet with people with impressive accomplishments in various fields, and I've observed that what distinguishes them to a large extent from their cohort is not necessarily that they're smarter or they're better educated, but they approach challenges with that kind of hard work, optimism, and a positive attitude. Take that lesson to heart. And if I were to add something else, it would be to underscore what was implicit in Dr. Takeuchi's account of her own life and career. Use your talents and education not simply to serve your own interest, but to care for others. Dr. Takeuchi has done that through her discoveries and her teachings. Graduates, find a way in which you can use your learning for a purpose beyond yourself. As Pope Francis has said, we must not forget that true power, at whatever level, is service. My hope for each of you is that you will find a purpose that will enable you to direct your learning and your labor to service. For if you have a way to serve and take joy in that service, you will have acquired not only the knowledge to make a good living, but the wisdom to live a good life. Dr. Takeuchi, thank you for being with us, and thank you for your remarks and for the example, your example, which inspires us. I will be proud to make you an alumna of the University of Notre Dame tomorrow. Graduates, for what has gone before and what lies ahead, we congratulate you, we celebrate you, we pray for you. May God bless you all. And now let's conclude our ceremony with a prayer. Lord, thank you for this joyful day. Thank you for the hard work and the accomplishments of our graduates. Thank you for the scholarly mastery of our faculty and their dedication to teaching the next generation of scholars. Thank you for all who have supported these graduates and celebrate with them today. Bless these graduates. Help them to use their knowledge to serve the world. We pray this in your name and through Notre Dame, Our Lady. Amen.
Our commencement ceremony will now close with the singing of Notre Dame, Our Mother, led by Nolan Carter, Constantine Christopher Novotny, and Emily Swope, who received their Masters of Sacred Music degrees today. Upon conclusion of the alma mater, I ask that all guests and graduates remain at their seats until the platform party has left the hall. We invite family, friends, and advisors to join our graduates for a reception on the second level. Now please stand and join in the singing of Notre Dame, Our Mother.